What is good, Yugi Tube? Look at this beautiful Yu-Gi-Oh! Day remote invitational mat that first place got. Unfortunately, this guy got first place. So what's your name and what'd you play?
My name's Eric. I played like Code Talker, CYBERSE Good Stuff.
Yeah, I lost to him and he got the mat. So why don't you show these wonderful people this like spectacular deck?
Okay, so I played 3 Lady Debug, standard for like most CYBERSE decks. 3 Microcoder. This card is kind of the heart and the soul of the deck. It searches pretty much everything you could possibly need.
Searches a Psynet spell.
Psynet spell or trap. If it's on the field and you use it for a summon, it searches level 4 or lower CYBERSE, which this deck sometimes does do. 2 Code Radiator. This is the same as Microcoder. You can use it from hand. If you used it for the summon of a Code Talker monster. If you used it from hand, you can target 1 monster the opponent controls. Its attack becomes 0 and its effects are negated. If you use it from field, you can target up to 2. So this helps you get over like a lot of really problematic stuff, and you can chain block it very, very easily. So a lot of times your opponent really can't stop this. You can out-Winda, you can out-Dryden's, you can stop pretty much anything with this. It's crazy. It's a crazy card. Code Generator, 2 copies. It's another code monster, works the same as the others. Foolish Burial if used from hand. Search a CYBERSE if it's used on field. Pretty good. 2 Nightmare Corruptor Ibli. This card is your way of playing around almost every single hand trap in the game.
Because it puts itself on the opponent's board.
Yeah, it puts itself on the opponent's board, so they can't Gamma you, they can't Impermanence you. They can't even Nibiru you because this stops your opponent from summoning anything but Link monsters. So if you start your combo with this, you don't have to fear anything really, except for maybe the occasional hash, but you can play through those pretty easy. 2 Parallaxes.
Why only 2?
Why only 2? Because it's searchable and it's for combos. So most of the time, if you draw this, you either use it to initiate your combos, or you just use it in the same part of the combo later on. You don't want to see multiple because you almost always search it if you're popping off anyway.
That is incredibly fair.
1 Gazelle, 1 Spinny. This is your monster package for the Salamangreats. I play a little bit more, but ultimately this is it. It's just kind of like a summon and another summon, and that's all you really need from the Salamangreats. 1 Gachiri Ediknister, 1 Formad Skipper, 1 Link Infraflyer, 1 Dotscaper, 1 CYBERSE Gadget, 1 Mathmech Subtraction. These are your one-ofs. They're pretty essential. This deck is largely built around Psynet Codex. So anytime you summon a Link monster, Code Talker Link monster, you can search a CYBERSE monster of the same attribute. So you want to be sure you have a wide array of attributes. So for example, Link Infraflyer is a wind. So if you already have your Parallaxes, you search this instead. That way you didn't lose your combo just because you started with Parallaxes. Same with Gachiri Ediknister. This card you dump off of
Your
Generator in order to initiate the combos. But this deck, like, all of your combos are so different depending upon how you start things. You can change them up, do all sorts of different stuff to deal with different decks. Sometimes you add this just to discard it. And it just does the combo anyway.
So 2 random jokes.
Okay.
1, I'm guessing you had to go through every pack filler card in existence to think this, didn't you?
Some of these cards, yeah.
And then
I literally sat there and just went through every single CYBERSE monster, like, online, just going, is this one good? Is this one good? This guy's like my own personal tech that's just absolutely insane.
And I guess the second thing is, because you've been playing this deck for so long, that's why you've managed to accrue this information about these new and interesting...
Yeah, I actually just been playing and cutting different ones. I used to play Sea Archiver, but I ended up cutting it because most of the time you just don't summon the water guy unless you have to, and when you do, most of the time you can just end up searching this anyway. So like Sea Archiver just didn't feel right.
Okay. And is that all the CYBERSE monsters and their support cards? Or
all the CYBERSE monsters from the main. We also play 2 main decked Nibirus, just to deal with stuff that would suck, generally just like Buster Lock. And you can use this guy on your turn to go into stuff. This is about the only hand trap that you really want to play.
You didn't want to use the searchable snake?
Buster Lock was like the biggest thing I was afraid of. And that card does not out the Buster Lock because you have to use a Link monster for it.
Oh, fair. Okay.
Yeah, it was really good to get over Colossus, but Colossus is banned. Thank God Colossus is banned.
Indeed. So we're on the spells now?
Yeah, obviously 3 of this, busted. Always want to start with it or search it. 3 mining, 1 optimization. If you already have this and you don't want to search the counter trap, you get this. You can also get this if you want to like extra link with a Tri-Gate Wizard, which I did a couple of times in the tournament.
Doesn't that also make everything an Armades or something?
It makes all your Code Talkers Armades, and it gives you an additional normal summon.
Oh yeah, to anybody who ever plays against this, read your cards.
Yeah.
That's it. Just know stuff.
1 Sanctuary, just because it's searchable. Sometimes you discard it. Sometimes it's necessary to get the Gazelle off. Don't play it without it. 1 Droplets, 1 for 1, and 1 Monster Reborn. I was testing multiple Droplets. 1's a good number. I don't know how else to explain it. And then just 3 Impermanents and 1 Signet Conflict. This is, I guess, the other hand trap that I like because it's not a monster. Extra deck, we played...
You got a better Salamangreat Rage now that I think about it. Because it banishes the card and it's searchable with
Oh
the
yeah,
one.
you also can't activate the same card if you stop it. So against like Mystic Mine, you negate Mystic Mine, they can't activate Mystic Mine anymore. You've stopped the entire deck. And then just kill them next turn.
Big brain.
2 Banelinks, you just need 2 to do specific combos and prop the Gazelle if you need to. 1 Lingaribo, one Talkback Lancer. These are your Link ones. I was testing 3 of these guys, ended up cutting 1, never looked back. Talkback Lancer is full recovery. You can use a level 2 or lower CYBERSE monster to summon him. And then you can tribute something to bring back a Code Talker to a zone it points to. So off of Ibly, for example, Ibly is full recovery in this deck. Because you can get back Talkback Lancer, bring back Transcode Talker. Transcode Talker can then bring back another Code Talker. So it turns Ibly into everything. You just go access Code Talker off Ibly. It's insane. Inverted, regular Code Talker, Splash Mage, Update Jammer. Easy OTKs, combos, starter.
If you've played Salamangreat, you know these cards.
These cards are very good.
They are incredibly good.
1 Tri-Gate Wizard, 1 X-Code Talker, 1 Shooting Code Talker, Transcode, Transcode. These are your Link 3s. Tri-Gate Wizard actually comes up so much. All you need to pull off a full Transcode Talker play is just like Lady Debug plus Signet Kodak. This deck just goes nuts off of the smallest things. And then Access Code Talker and 1 Avermax. A lot of times when you make the Tri-Gate Wizard play, you end up making it with Avermax so they can't attack into Tri-Gate Wizard. I also make my Tri-Gate Wizards to where they're completely unaffected by the opponent's card effects, but we don't talk about that because people don't realize that, and then they try to hit you with cards like Dark Ruler no more, and they lose anyway because you can still negate stuff.
Again, read your cards. I guess the side deck is a little...
Yeah, side deck's really optional. I played 2 Kaijus. I don't like this card in this deck, but I really just needed something to clear the Buster Lock. I played a lot of back row hate. 3 evenly matched, 1 red reboot, 1 Signet, triple Cyclone, Harpy's Feather Duster, anti-magic arrows. So with this card's super spicy. It will ruin how your opponent plays their back row if you ever use this on them. You just go straight into battle phase, activate this. They can't use their spells and traps for the rest of the turn, and then you just make an Access Code Talker play and blow up everything.
Like a man.
Like a man.
I saw you do that at 1 local. I did not feel sympathy for the first one.
Yeah, I've been playing this deck for a long time, and then my super hot spicy tech for this deck is I main right side triple heat wave.
Oh,
Yeah, so they
that's the Kansas City special.
yeah, if you can't like super play, you just kill them. You just make it to where they can't summon anything their next turn, and then you just murder them.
All right.
Yeah, I like this deck a little bit more than Salamandrite because it's a lot more aggressive. Going second, this deck can get through the most obnoxious boards. I literally got through like 7 interruptions one time, and then proceeded to OTK. Just like playing at a locals. This deck is absolutely insane. I love this deck.
Any final notes or things that you would advise if anybody looks to build this?
Really think out your combo plays. This deck can do a lot more than you would ever expect. Think about like what you can search. Sometimes you might want to search like Signet Conflict, but just sometimes an additional normal summon is all you need to make like 7 monsters on board and completely lock your opponent out of the game.
Well, awesome. Well, this was the first place Yu-Gi-Oh! Day Remote Duel Code Talker deck. This is Meh, of Pig and Meh, signing out.